What's going on, everybody? Mortym here, and today I wanted to talk about the new changes to the outfit system, or basically the fact that it's a new system, coming in Update 17 for ESO. And essentially that's going to be the Dragon Bones DLC, updated, basically slated to come out sometime towards February. So before I dive into it, a first couple of things I want to mention. Dye stations are no longer called dye stations. They're all called outfit stations, and that's basically just to reflect the new functionality that's been added with this update. So, another thing we need to know and talk about here is that essentially what these do is they change your appearance, and when you're doing that, it's important to note that there's a bit of a hierarchy. So, first and foremost, if I have a polymorph on, that polymorph takes precedence over every other thing that I'm wearing. Like if I put this on, that's going to cover up costumes, it's going to cover up outfits, etc. This will always take first precedence. After that, we have our actual costumes. For instance, the one I'm wearing now is, I believe, Nedic Pernia. It's one of these. And essentially what that does is override your actual clothing. Now that's not too hard for people to understand. Where it gets a little weird is with the outfit system itself. So if we take a look at this, first we start by selecting an outfit slot, outfit number 1. Everybody gets one by default, and then you can pay to unlock more if you so choose. Now the thing is, you can create an outfit that essentially just changes a single item. So I could create an outfit that's literally just this helm, and essentially that's important because that's only going to change that helm. So that helm will override any other helm I put on. However, my armor will still change accordingly. So knowing those things, we're going to dive into how they do this. Now, essentially what the outfit system does is it makes all of your motifs that you've learned on all of your characters account-wide. So as you can see, this is my actual main guy's motifs knowledge. This is what he knows. As you can see, he does know quite a bit. There are a few that are missing, but if I unlock any of these on one character, it unlocks on all of them. Now, currently, the way they're doing this as far as gold pricing goes is if the more rare the motif is, the more it costs. So as you can see, the Yokuden is about 1,000 per slot, whereas Halalu is 2K. Now, a few other things I wanted to mention are this is not tied to what type of armor type you have on. So for instance, this guy's wearing a medium helm. However, if I want to put on a light helm over that, I can easily do that or switch it to heavy, so it's not tied in any way to the armor you're wearing. And in addition to all of those things, it does actually apply to your weapons as well. And you can make a one-handed item look like any other one-handed item. So if I want to use red guard axes, I can change it to look like a red guard axe. However, I can't make, like a dagger look like a bow or anything crazy. Essentially, bows are tied to bows, staves are tied to staves. Basically, common sense stuff. Now, another thing I wanted to mention is some of you guys may or may not know this, but there are 3 types of armor as you level up for all of the basic racial styles. As you can see here, we have Breton 1, Breton 2, Breton 3. They did include all of those. So I believe it's around level 30-ish for crafting that you actually start seeing the 3rd tier, but they do have the 2 prior ones if you preferred those for whatever reason. Typically speaking, in my opinion, 3rd looks the best, but they do have those options there if you want them, which I thought was pretty cool. I'd honestly kind of forgotten that was a thing until I saw this. And then probably the last thing I'm going to mention here is that you can actually dye your weapons now. One of the big changes with this was that you can dye your weapons. So if you want a specifically color-themed weapon, you're absolutely allowed to dye those, so that's pretty cool. I've got to say, this is probably, it's a minor change. The big thing I was happy about was to see the motifs go account-wide, but they've done it in such a way that I think it's going to be a pretty great system. I'm especially a big fan of the weapon dyeing. I didn't see that coming. It's kind of that thing that I wanted, but I didn't realize I wanted, if that makes any sense. So that's basically a basic overview of the system. If you want to check it out yourself, it actually went live on PTS today, which is 1/8. At some point in the future, I'll be going over all of the details for Dragon Bones in general, but this was the thing I was most excited about, so it's one that I wanted to share first. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I certainly hope you subscribe and stick around, but have a great day either way.